space engineers, welcome back to Hephaestus Prime. Hope everybody's all good today. Right, so we'll get into it. Yes, it's been a while since I've been here actually. I've been busy doing things, so the Mars Cinematic, also my channel announcement, and learning how to build a website. So yes, been busy with stuff, so I haven't been here for a while. In fact, I only sort of have one spare episode up my sleeve, so normally I have at least a couple. So a bit of an effort this week to get lots of building happening, which will be, I'll come back to these vehicles in a sec, which will be of course the mothership to carry this to Mars. So we will very shortly lift off. Actually, before I do any of that, we'll just go and queue up some components to manufacture that we can take with us. So what I need to do is turn that on, so all my components will go into a single cargo container. And yeah, okay, so let's just have a little bit of a think about what we need. We need to get into the right menu. There we go. Okay, so I am going to need ions. So yeah, the large ones. I'm going to say 6 of those, which is just going to eat my resources. That's okay. Yeah, a lot of thruster components. So I think we'll just leave assembler 1 to do that, and we'll go into the other assembler and probably a couple, 3, 4 batteries, and there's other stuff up there, but a gravity generator, one of them. Oh, and probably a couple of reactors. Yeah, okay, that'll do for now. I did I? Yes, I did. I turned off the gravel ejector, so there's a bit of that in the system, so I can make those reactor components. Right. So, as I was saying, I haven't really been here a while. The only thing I did, just obviously in the intro, was I printed off these 2 vehicles. So I do need to adapt this one. So we'll get on to that. But just at the end of the last episode, which was a while ago now, the drop test. Yes. So those retro thrusters were a bit of a waste of time, weren't they? Yeah, the parachutes were more than adequate. So what I've done is I've just so I reloaded the game at this point. I didn't drive this back over here and reattach this from here. I just did the test drop as a separate thing, the F5. So full disclosure there, but I said I was going to do that. I did just change some of the parachute settings, so there's a couple now that open ahead of the other ones, just to try and keep it a bit more stable. So that's that. But, yeah. Okay, so what I'll do is just do some work on this. Yeah, actually, I'll just have a quick look at what the lunar one looks like. And yeah, also, what's that noise? Oh. Don't know why that was going. Oh, it must have been to do with when I turned it on, when it was still hooked up to the projector. Okay. It's all intact, so okay. Right. Yes. So just have a look at that. I'm not going to put a hydrogen generator on or an O2 tank. I'll just yeah. Alright, that's cool. Alright, leave that with me, and we'll be back in a minute. Whoops. Okie pokey, so I said I'd be back in a minute. It's been more like an hour, and I said that I wasn't going to put a O2 generator on, and there's an O2 generator. So the battery just didn't look right. more so than actually the necessity of an O2. There's lots of batteries there though, so we've got the little reactor happening. So yeah, so that's all good. But what I'm sort of quite happy about now, I do have a control on the cockpit, but I'll do it from here so we can see. Reverse that. And the little winglets get up out of the way. Why did I not do that like a long time ago for the regular flyer? Because I'm always getting myself hooked up on it. So now let's just launch this thing.
Ship fuel critical.
Seems to be a little bit low on fuel, but never mind. So just gently back it in. Oh, it only just fits. There we go. Oh, I've got a camera on this, we can just use that. There we go. So, yes, now I can just walk down here without getting hooked up on stuff, which is good. Probably just shut this up now, actually. That. Just need to get these in the right place, which is just that sort of down here. So, yeah, we'll just about be it. So turn that off. Reverse those. Close that and quickly do the old Indiana Jones thing and sneak out the door. Cool, and it should be the right height here. It's a bit of a pain because I've got the maximum set, which is down at ground level, and the minimum, which is at that height, but there's just this kind of midpoint here, which is a little bit annoying. Right, what's next? Yeah, the stuff's still manufacturing, so this has taken a while. It's almost done. The other thing I didn't sort of mention was that steel plates, before we start, well not, yeah, before we started, but when I started and I printed off the two vehicles, I queued up 10,000 in each assembler, so that's heaps to take up with me. Yeah, now the other thing is I do have quite a bit of uranium in my little stash here. But I also think I'll go over and just see about getting some more, because we will need to charge up the batteries on the mothership somehow. Now I don't think the solar panel is going to do it. I think Sirius is actually struggling a little bit for power at the moment. It's my little gut feeling. Now, I did get a comment in the last few days from, sorry, I don't recall who it was, but Future Wellington can put the comment up on the screen now. Just in regards to contracts, you can press a semicolon button and it brings them up. So you don't actually have to go into a contract machine. So that's really useful. What, again, just yet another thing that they do not teach you in Space Engineer School. So thank you to the person that suggested that. And yeah, that's the Western Frontier. So 32 silicon, 104 cobalt. Okay, well, leave this with me and I'll just load this up because I've already forgotten what I needed. Alright, so I've grabbed those items, not a huge amount, so just we'll jetpack over there. Just speaking of comments as well, there was another comment that I received, and that was from Torrent. Just last time I think I was talking about the walkways, the ones in the warfare pack, the fact that they didn't have a group. Well, they do have a group. It's the original passage. Yeah, not walkways, passages. Yes, the original passage. I was only looking in the warfare group. I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, these warfare blocks, I was saying how there's no group like that. It's because it's not in the warfare block, it's in just your regular blocks. Wherever it is, there it is. So that's got them all there. So thanks, Torrent. Right, so let's just cache these in. And so they're all in my personal inventory, so these are pretty easy, these little ones, just to keep it topping up. But reactor components. That's pretty easy. 20 of those for a reasonable amount of money there. And same with cobalt. Like I bought quite a bit of that back from the moon, so we have that to spare. And magnesium, so there's no shortage of that, and yet that's a pretty good reward for that. So yes, that's good, and hopefully we have some uranium in stock. So I haven't got much. How much is that worth? Can I not buy that much? Oh, I haven't clicked on anything. That's why I'm struggling. Try that. 30. Okay, we'll buy that. What did that say? Did I not have enough money? Where'd it go? It's gone. Oh. Don't know what happened there. Something went funny. Okay. I guess we'll just have to make do with what we've already got. Now, yeah, I'll load up the... We're just about ready to go. Just about. So I will load up the Mars lander. And then... Actually, before I do that, I need to put some oxygen tanks on. So take some of those up into orbit with me. We may as well, since we have plenty of oxygen down here, not much up there. What do they need? Few those. Okay. Alright, so yes. I will weld this up. And then I will load up. And then we'll take off. So I shall get my good friend Future Wellington to jump in as well and put a camera on, and we'll head up into space and get sort of started on the mothership. See you soon. Alrighty then, made it. That was a little bit of a hairy trip up. Just not a very big machine to move with only some small thrusters. Yeah, because I'm super heavy and... What's that noise? Oh, it's the refinery. I think. Why is the refinery going? Because there's cobalt in it. Yeah, I probably don't want to do that up here. Yeah, so that's right. There's still cobalt and gold in the drop pod. Yeah. Okay. So that's yeah. We'll take that back to Fort Rutherford and refine it down there because we've got the yield modules. So, but yeah, I absolutely filled this up to the gunnels with stuff. So all the thruster components, which yeah, I am still short of thruster components because I ran out of gold, but conveniently there's some there. Potentially we might have to go over the Western Frontier outpost, but also all the steel, so that's just super heavy. So we are quite heavy. Does this tell me how heavy we are? Grid mass. I don't know how to sort of read that. Anyway, we're heavy. We're heavy, which is sort of reassuring. I mean, this is pretty much loaded to its maximum. Let's go and turn Sirius on. So oh gosh, and let's go heal ourselves. Yeah, certainly the big thrusters was the right way to go. There was still a little bit of thrust up its sleeve, but yeah, was using most of it. Yeah, it wasn't super accelerated. I said earlier these were a big waste of time. No, they're not a big waste of time. They were quite useful coming up, and also the big engines cut out. Bear in mind this is really heavy. They cut out at just under 0.25 gravity. So if this wasn't as heavy, then these thrusters, even if it is this heavy, I think these thrusters are going to be adequate, albeit a little bit hairy, to land on the moon, which would be no parachutes, of course. So yeah, that's good if somebody chooses to do that. I've been there, done that, so I won't be. So let's just get a little bit of health back and turn on the platform. Cool. All right. So let us get on with things. Which the first thing I sort of want to do is I will need to get rid of these thrusters. But the first thing I want to do is actually get rid of the wheels. Like so. So. Oh, how full are we?
Inventory full.
Dagnabbit. Now got to find an empty cargo container. We're all pretty full. I think there is a spare one in there somewhere. Maybe we could stick them in the assembler for now. Nope. There's one. Number 8. Okay, and just grab some of that steel back. Okay, so what I want to do is I can just attach to this for now because we're merged at the top, so we'll be in the right place. Is coming out here and yeah, there. So what my intention is that this is going to fly to Mars without the wheels on, like that. And then when this gets released from the mothership, the wheels will attach. So I'll set up a timer just to always add them. And then I'll use, and then as it gets far enough away, they'll connect in, and then the welders can weld them up. So I won't plumb this. I don't think. I will just put in what you need for a wheel. Next question: what do you need for a wheel? You need 12 steel, 25 construction components, and 6 large steel tubes. So, we've already got that. We just need some steel tubes. So one of those and 25 of those. So I'm going to set one of these welders up for each of these wheels, and yeah, that will be cool. So I'm going to just like have the bottom of the wall sort of here, and then we'll work on a bit of a shape. Oh no, it's just right. Yes, leave that with me for a little bit, and the other thing I need to do is these left-hand axles that are on the right-hand side. I think that's I need to sort those out as well. So be back in a little bit. Okay, so I have done that work with the welders. I'll show you in a second. But I think that I might just get rid of these large thrusters because they are surplus to requirements and probably going to get in the way, to be honest. Let's just get back to some view on that. And what I'll do is I'll put a connector on the end here as well, just so I can attach this nice and close. There we go. There's a bit of stuff in that. Ooh. So I think I can work around the tanks for now. They will need to be moved. Oh, here we go. Just didn't quite hit them both. Don't crash into the hydrogen tank. Yeah, this butternut's alright in it's quite maneuverable, you know, so it's good in small spaces like this. As I say, it is definitely not an interplanetary vessel. So get a bit of view on that. Yeah, so it's certainly going to be quite large, this ship. Now, I could just attach thrusters like this, or even smaller, to the lander as is. But really, what's the fun in that? And in my mind, Mars is, I know in space engineers, I'll just grab some parts. I think there should be some in here. Maybe not. Yeah, so space engineers, Mars is 2,000 kilometers away, which at top speed is, I don't know, it's a few hours. How much do I not get all of that stuff? Have I not got any steel tubes? Ow. Oh, I meant to bring some iron up with me. Or did I? Did I actually bring any iron up? Can't remember. Okay, well let's just make 1,000 of those to start with. Iron. Yes, I filled up one of the cargo containers with iron. Go me. That would have made it heavy. I mean, that's 120 odd K itself. Right. What was I saying? Yeah, so Mars and space engineers is 2,000 kilometers away, roughly. Which is, I don't know, that's 2 hours, 4 hours, something like that. It's not a huge amount of time to get there. In my mind, though, Mars is like 3 months away. So I'm building a ship that needs to travel interplanetary for 9 months. So it needs to be large enough to have enough space for an imaginary crew, cryopods and all that sort of stuff to be able to make it. Let's just dock this. Then we can sort of start building. And wait. Ow. You can do it. Oh, there we go. Right. I think I'm done with... Yeah, I think I'm done with the grinding. I'll swap them out for welders. Alright. So yeah, so that's my thought process for why the ship is going to be so big just to go to Mars, which in reality is not that far away. Speaking of ships, isn't there a ship out there that I can see? Yes, it is. Yes, so I have all these grouped up, and in each one is just enough component for each of the things. And the wheels I have in a group. So actually, we'll set that up now, shall we? So I think there's a spare timer on here somewhere. Mars lander spare. Got a whole lot of them. Right, so I'm going to have that Mars lander re-wheel. I'm going to put a 2-second delay in it. In the actions, re-wheel. I could probably turn them on. Restart that. And then the wheels, which is that group there. Add wheel. So I don't think I'm going to get burnt here, but so wheel could not be placed, but it keeps trying. So when this drops below that it's clear, pretty much the welder will be the thing that stops it. When it's clear of the welder, the wheel will attach and the welder will weld it up. That's the plan anyway. So we'll just stop that timer again. Stop you and turn the welders off. Good. And there we go. Right. So speaking of welders, I might just take this opportunity to swap that over. Maybe I'll just put one on for now and leave the grinder on. Might be a bit of a plan. Hey. Cool. Right. So, what is next? So I guess we need to kind of start building this thing now. Yeah, it's going to be big, that's all I can say for now. So I'll just start to lay out some of these blocks. Do I have steel? Okay, so I want to come out to here. Let's just try some of this. So I do want to have sort of wingy top ones, which I won't put on now. I'll just make the housing for this. Yeah, okay, if I put, and I'm not saying it's going to be grey either, but I'm just sticking with that colour for now because it's as good a colour as anything. Put those like that. How does that look? Yeah, I could live with that. Yeah, it's only for the main sort of fuselage almost. Why do I hear noises? Alright, so that's that. Yeah, I might just leave all this clear for the time being. I'll just put one on either end. Alright, so yeah, what I think I might do is get my old mate Future Wellington 6012 to jump into the third person camera, and yeah, he can record me doing this shell. But I think for this episode that will pretty much be it. Yeah. That said, I'll still, I think, keep working and just get straight into the next episode. So for me, I shall see you hopefully back here in 10-20 minutes. For you, probably 4 days. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Lots of building to do next time. Lots and lots. So I really want to push ahead with this. So until then, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you did enjoy today. Did lots actually. Yeah. And yeah, as I say, hopefully you can join me again next time. And until then, stay safe out there, everybody, and have a good one.